Hey there, Ventex here. Welcome to Dead Signal. This is a game that I've played once before live, but I never beat it. As you can tell, I haven't even unlocked the nightmare mode. At the time, we were playing a lot of anomaly finding games, and so I thought that's what the gist of this one was, but it's really more about understanding the game mechanics. So, I really want to beat it, so we're going to do that, hopefully this episode. If not, we'll see. But, I'm going to show you every time I die. I'm not just going to record the one success, so just bear with me. Could be a little bit frustrating. Some of the deaths are kind of unavoidable. You'll see what I mean. Most of them are avoidable, but one of them's unavoidable. It has to do with the elevator, and but let's get into it, and then we'll pick up. I'll kind of explain as we go. As of 2021, there are 85 million security cameras in the United States alone. More than half are easily breached. They monitor businesses, public parks, mass transportation, even your homes. The act of placing hidden cameras in such areas is also common. In fact, there's a whole business behind it. This presents a monetization option for shady individuals and an organizations that operate behind the shadows of the dark net. You happen to work for one of them called Vivex, run by the Shade, your employer. You are tasked in appeasing your employer by monitoring the CamSpy network, a network of hacked and hidden cameras. You are to report anything of interest to satisfy your customers. But time is money, and you must meet your hourly quota or face termination. Being the entrepreneur that the Shade is, he has noticed that you live in a sketchy part of the city and decided to take advantage of this. You are to deliver packages to tenants in your apartment complex throughout your shift. Get ready, your shift is about to begin. Should be a smooth night, right? Nah, not really. Most of the time it's not. This game is pretty difficult, even for casual mode. Alright, so we wake up. So like I said, I've been playing this a little bit off recording. Just to kind of have an idea of what to do. So let's grab our flashlight. So before we sit down at our computer, we have our router here. We want to set this guy up so we get strong signal strength. Now the timer doesn't start going until we sit down for the first time. So let's see. So there's weak signal here. Red is weak, yellow is moderate, and green is strong. Alright. We're going to have to go up to a different floor. The first thing I like to do is I like to go up. Well, I guess we can wait for now. I might well do it. I like to go up to the roof. So on the roof, this is the unavoidable death I was talking about. Let's get there real quick. So this right here will make the elevator go super fast compared to what it just did. But you have a 1% chance, I believe, of the elevator falling all the way down to the bottom and then you dying. So it comes with a trade-off. But it's worth it. Alright, all weak signals. Right now we don't have to worry about anything. Usually you have like the first hour to kind of get adjusted, and again that timer doesn't really start until I sit down at the computer. So now's the perfect time to find a strong signal for our Wi-Fi. Weak, 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 weak. Weak, 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 weak. Come on. Alright, so this floor doesn't look like it's going to have any strong signal. Let's go down to the 7th floor. Kind of tedious, but it's got to be done. That strong signal is huge. Now, as I progress towards the later part of the game, when I don't have as much time, a weak signal is better than no signal. Here we go. We got some strong. Boom. Alright, so this is floor number 7. So I'm going to go in here and in my notes on Steam, I'm going to put Wi-Fi 7. Steam notes are so helpful for games like this. Y'all can't see it, but you just hit Shift Tab on Steam and you can add notes. which is also going to be very helpful because if you noticed on our way out, we have like a little pin number on our door. And so we have to lock our door, so we have to memorize the code. It's like a 5-digit number that changes every so often. Alright, so just give you a little bit of rundown real quick. So yeah, we have to keep this door locked. There is these bad guys called Noir, and one can spawn, they can either spawn in the bedroom right here, or in the bathroom right here. Let me open this door. Oh, I can see them in front of the tub. So whenever you're in your room, you want to not sprint until you can be sure that they're not here. Again, this is the first hour, so they're not going to be. For the guy, you have to like flick your flashlight in front of him, turn around for about 10 seconds, give it about 10 Mississippis. I usually do 12 just to be sure. And then he's gone. And then for the girl Noir, you have to approach her until she kind of cocks her head to the side and then turn around, 10 Mississippis, and then she'll leave. We also have a sniper that's going to eventually shine a laser through this window here while we're sitting down, usually. When that happens, we're going to want to turn off these lights. Hopefully I can turn off this one. Sometimes I forget. But we want to turn off this light. Turn off this light. Just flick your flashlight because it's kind of like a beacon. If you keep it on like this, he'll be able to shoot you. And then we're going to want to hide under this bed. And for him, usually, depending on how many lights on, I think if we just get these 2 off, then it's going to be like 45 seconds or so. If we get that one off, I think it might be less, like 30 seconds. I'm not sure. But pretty much till the laser light goes off. And then the guy that has a sniper, he can also come in here and shoot you. He's like a hitman. I think his name's Lucas. And that's why you want to keep this door locked at all times. If it's unlocked while you're on the computer, he just busts in and shoots you in the face. In addition to that, we have another bad guy that's going to come in a little bit later in the game called DeFalco, I believe. And he will appear a couple of times different ways. One way he'll appear is if I'm delivering packages. He might open a door and chase me down the hall, and I have to make it to the elevator before he gets me. Another way he'll appear is if you hear whistling. That's him coming up the elevator, and he's just going to barge in, no matter if the door is locked or not. And again, similar with the sniper hitman guy, we have to turn off the lights, hide under the bed until he goes away. There's a couple more mechanics, but we'll kind of get into it as we go. I think that kind of covers the basics. Alright, so up here in the top right, I guess we can do the tutorial so y'all can kind of understand it since this is the first episode. But I could just kind of give you the rundown as well. So here's the timer, 10 p.m. We have to go till 6 a.m. Here is the anomaly quota. So we have to get at least 3 of them by the next hour. If you get more, then they do roll over, and that number will go to the next hour, which is great. You want to find as many as possible. Let's see. This is missing packages, so we can't miss more than 3. I'll try to get them all, though. Not sure what these are. Maybe I will do the tutorial. I never really look at those. This is money, which we can use to go to the shop and buy some nice goodies for us. One of the goodies that I really enjoy helps me understand if those noir people just appear in the house, because with the lights on, there's a low percentage that they will, but there's still a possibility. So that's kind of nice because then I don't have to get up and walk around. There's another item that lets me know whenever the laser's about to be pointed into the house. Kind of gives me a little heads up. So that way I can go ahead and turn off lights and get under the bed quicker without having to continue to get off my computer and look at the window and stuff. So some good information there, or good items. Another item helps you like fix the screen instantly. And there is a all insta-fix, which is a little bit more expensive. Let's hit the tutorial just so we can explain some of that stuff a little bit further. I'll just kind of glance over if I already kind of gave you kind of the gist of it, but again, there's those 2 icons. I don't really know what those are. So, welcome to Vivek's Organization Recruit. This process is to help you better understand the ADOS Cam Spy network system. During your shift, you're responsible for monitoring the cameras that were assigned to you. To navigate the camera network, simply click on the arrows. You can also hit the associated arrow keys on your keyboard or the A and D keys. While monitoring the cameras, you are to report anything of interest. To begin a report, use the File Report button on the left side of the screen. To file a report, you must select an appropriate category associated with the event you see. After you select the category, hit the send button. Alright, so we already talked about this router here, signal booster. Try to find the best signal. If you have a weaker signal and you're trying to fix a camera, it's going to take longer. If you have a weak signal and you try to send a report, it's going to take longer. So the stronger the system, or stronger the Wi-Fi boost signal, whatever, the faster reports go, the faster fixing goes. Everything is so fast compared to weak. So that's just what that says there. At the end of your hour, at the end of each hour during your shift, you must meet the required amount of quota points. So we talked about those quota points up above. And then we can't miss more than 3 packages. He's going to have us deliver those packages like we talked about earlier. Okay, so it just kind of skips this too. I wonder if those are fixes then that I have available to me. Alright, let's go ahead and start then. Real quick, I'm going to type in this number on my Steam notes. 74059. 74059. And the Wi-Fi is on floor number 7. Good to know. Alright, let's exit so we can actually start that timer. And let me go put in that code real quick. Even though I don't think anybody's going to come the first hour. It's not a big deal, but it's a good habit to get into. 74059. Jesus. 059. This is why I write it down. Sometimes I feel like I'm dyslexic. Sometimes I get the numbers all mixed up. Alright, so, here, window. Sometimes there's stuff on the table. Sometimes there's something over here. Sometimes there's stuff, I think like a wallet or something over here. Alright, so Lotus is someone that we're going to want to send high value stuff. If we send high value stuff to her, she'll give us money, which we can buy those items. If we don't, then she's going to get upset with us and then kind of mess up all of our cameras, which can be a pain in the butt. This guy just says that we can hack items like laptops and tablets and stuff like that, phones. If we do, we'll get some money, but I usually prefer to just report those to the Shade to fill our quota over here. This room, items usually on the tables. Sometimes over here there's like dog or case. That's a little easier to see. This room up here in the top left, there's a case. Usually gun, stuff on the bed. In this room, you really got to scan the floor. Sometimes there's a dog. Sometimes there's a wallet of stuff over here. Bathroom, you gotta look at the sink mostly and the toilet. This room, the different tables here. Sometimes there's a bag here, wallet here. Sometimes there's stuff on this little table. In this room, really just 3 places: the chair here and here. And I think there's sometimes maybe a suspicious figure here. That's a little obvious though. Toilet, really. Toilet and sink. This room is kind of like just all along the hallway where the benches are. There could be stuff. Sometimes there's C4 right here as well. Here, sometimes C4 again, all along the benches. In this room, it could be over this entire table, over here in these areas on the bookcase. I think maybe down here as well. Maybe not. This room, sometimes over here there's something. Sometimes over here there's blood. Sometimes there's a laptop here, a bag here, a wallet here. Here, sometimes there's a body here. Sometimes there's a bag over here in the back. Sometimes there's a package here. Sometimes the doors are open. Very easy to see. Doors open, packages. Someone very easy to see again. This one's easy. Doors open, sometimes packages. This one's easy. Just kind of right here in the middle where this little, where the floor space you can see a little bit. Sometimes there's a bag, sometimes there's a wallet or a phone. Sometimes there's a body part or blood, body part. Sometimes Noir's mask. C4, boom. We already got something right there. Suspicious. Sometimes there's packages. Sometimes there is a car. See how fast that report was? That's because we have strong Wi-Fi. That's the benefit of it. Sometimes there's a mysterious car. Sometimes C4 under C2 and 5. Here it's under D2 and 5. Sometimes there's packages, body parts, just laying around the floor. Sometimes by the trash can. Sometimes over here in this corner where you can see a little bit. And sometimes over here, I believe, there's an item. This one, usually package over here, package on this bench outside, packages on the chairs or phones, wallets, table over here, sometimes down here. Second washer, sometimes there's stuff. You gotta check 1, 2, 3, each of these sides for packages, sometimes stuff on top. Doors opening is a pretty obvious one to find. Here we've got the trash can up here and down here, really. Okay, now we're back. So I'm just gonna do my scan, and there's some pretty scary jump scares occasionally. All right, let's. Oh, see, there's a bag over here. Suspicious. It might be high value. Let me try Lotus first. It's either high value or suspicious. Useless. Okay, so it's suspicious. The shade. Got it. We got our quota for reporting already. Nothing here. Nothing here. So I'm just going to flip through the cameras pretty quickly. You got to be kind of quick about it. I'll try to point out the stuff that I see, so you kind of get an idea. I'll probably miss some stuff too, because I'm not, again, I don't have that many hours into this game. Suspicious. He's over here, up to no good, looking around at the cars. What are you doing? Still got some time before the killers show up. I usually start looking out for them whenever they start kind of describing them in the text messages that they'll send. Most of the text messages right now that we're getting are pretty avoidable. I already kind of covered it all. They're just kind of saying what I already told you. Alright, nothing there. Nothing there. All those little noises that you hear outside is pretty useless. The only thing that's really useful is if you hear the whistling from DeFalco. It means he's coming. There's no way for you to defend yourself. You just gotta hide. Nothing, 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 nothing. C4 under the 5 this time. They moved it. Let's report that to the shade. So he's just telling us about the different killers. There we go, 4 out of 2. Already reported that guy. Sometimes it takes for a minute for them to kind of clear up. Okay, we're good. We're good here. There's going to be times where I'm going to say we're good and we're not good. That's just the belly of the beast. There's a tablet right there. I'm going to report that. Like I said, I could hack it for some money, but I'd rather get my quotas up. I don't know if that's the right way to play or not. It's just what I'm doing. It's casual difficulty, so it should be easy. But it's not really. I don't think so. I think it's pretty tough. It's going to take you a few playthroughs to actually get through it. And then there's always, again, that 1% chance that the elevator just plummets us to our death. Even if we do everything right. You don't have to do the trigger on the elevator, but you'll kind of see. If you go from the rooftop to floor 2 without it, you'll kind of understand, I think, at that point, why it's kind of important to have. I don't see anything yet. Keep it moving. Sometimes the window's hard to tell, but you can see it a little bit when this kind of like wood panel here is a little bit further up. Already got that tablet. Okay, so he's already told us about the different killers, so one thing, 74059. Okay, that's still the code. The code hasn't changed. But I'm going to take some time every now and then, even though it's not quite 11, to zoom out and then look out the window for that red dot. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Because getting shot is pretty scary. If you get too zoned into your cameras, you can lose track of time. Suspicious blood. Why is that bleeding? Alright, let's get up, walk around. This is something you want to get used to until you at least get that monitoring system to find noir in your house. Again, with the lights on, very low chance that they'll spawn, but it's not 0. And if you don't look, they'll kill you. They'll kill you dead. Nothing. Nothing. Blood. What's with all the bleeding? This is good, though. We got 7 reports in the first 30 minutes or so. That's a good place to be at. So we should get a note from this Mr. Shade here soon about our first delivery. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. I find that anomalies spawn a little bit faster than most anomaly games early on, but still fairly infrequent at the beginning. A little quicker than normal, though. Is that a package over there? No, that's just a speed bump. Alright. Let me look. Always take your time to look. This credit card is money, so I'm going to report that to Lotus. And then by reporting this to Lotus, you'll see our money at 42 right here is going to go up to 63. So 150 is what we need in order to get some of the equipment to either alert us when the sniper's looking out or the noir. Now, I'm sure it's up to preference, but I like to get the one with noir, even though it's a low % chance that they'll be in here compared to the sniper, just because it's easier for me to get off and look like that than it is for me to get up and walk around. And then when you are walking around with noir, again, if you run, you're dead. That's why you'll see me kind of walk to the bedroom to see, and then I'll run to the bathroom, but I'll walk a little bit until I get kind of like within eyesight. Okay, we should get information about our package soon. 74059. Code hasn't changed. Good to keep an eye on that. Nothing. Nothing. Always take a second to look. Could save your life. Not getting anything. I already reported those credit cards to Lotus. I could report those credit cards to Shade, but if I report too many high-value stuff to Shade, Lotus gets upset, and that's when she kind of tears down your entire system. You have to repair each and every camera unless you have that fixed at all. Okay, it's almost getting close to 11, and he still hasn't asked us about a package delivery. Unless he did and I just forgot. He did. 10B. Godly. Sometimes those alerts are easy to miss. 10B. See how long the elevator takes. Come on. Come on. Alright. 10B's not too bad, though. We go roof 10 and back to 9. Should have plenty of time to get it done. The package already was dropped a while ago. I was waiting for the little drone usually comes and brings it, but since it's so late, package was dropped a minute ago. Okay, you gotta be careful because the sniper can sometimes appear on the roof as well. 10. I think it was 10B. By the time I get back, I bet the door code has changed. Right now it's 74059. 74059. Run back here. Go to 9. So package is delivered. Good. Alright, let's try a door. Always make sure you close it on your way out. 74059. Okay, good. Code hasn't changed yet. Walk and look in the bedroom, then walk what you get here to look in the bathroom. All good. Signal strength is now weak, so we're gonna have to move our Wi-Fi router eventually. I'm not super pressed to do it immediately. We got more blood there. Port it to Shade. Lotus doesn't care about blood. All she cares about is money. But now that our weak signal, look how long it takes to actually send the report compared to when we had the strong signal. Which is fine. I don't mind that it takes that long. Because it gives me time to do this. So flash them in the eyes. 10 seconds. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. 6 Mississippi. 7 Mississippi. 8 Mississippi. 9 Mississippi. 10 Mississippi. I usually give it a couple more. And turn. See, he's gone. But he entered our room just like that, even though we have the lights on. Low percentage, right? Yeah, right. 62119. Let me update this. 62119 on my Steam notes. And now let's plug it in so they don't come in here and shoot us in the head. Great. That's done. Alright, let me check the bathroom. Usually there's like a cooldown. I don't know what it is though. I'm just always cautious. Alright, let's see what else we can find. Still gotta look for the sniper. I just see a hack right there. Instead of taking the money, I'm just going to report that to... Oh, crap. Hack. Hack. There. No sniper. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss any package requests from him. We got that done. So now we should be at 10/2, which is great. That's pretty decent, I would say. I'm sure I missed some, but hey, can't complain when you're up by 8. Make sure there's no sniper. You hear a cat in the background, that's Salem. He wants in my lap always. Little black kitty. That's why we named him Salem. Supposed to be my wife's cat, but he clung to me. Now she's jealous. Don't tell her I said that. Okay, nothing. Oh no, he jumped sort of in my lap. He kind of failed a little bit. I was worried about the claws, but thankfully he's very considerate. He didn't claw me. He just decided to slip right off. (62119). Weak signal sucks, but I'll change it whenever we go do a delivery. I'm not, again, pressed to do it right away. I'd rather take the time to look. Oh, see, here's the sniper. You go in front of the red light, you're dead. So we're going to flick our light so we can see where to hide under the bed. Now we're going to wait approximately 30 to 45 seconds. Just going to give it a little bit of time. I usually just like text my wife or watch a TikTok or something while I'm waiting. Just give it a minute. And then you can press X again while you're under here. I know it's a black screen. It's black for me too. You're not supposed to see anything when you're hiding under the bed. That car horn doesn't mean anything. But I'll give it a little bit of time, and then I'll press X to get out, and then see if the light's gone. Let's do it. See, laser light's still there. That tells me I gotta hide for a little longer. Takes him a minute. He's not as, I don't think he takes as long as Del Falco whenever he comes in. We should see that a little bit later. Alright, let's try again. Still there, laser light. Oh, it disappeared. And the code changed too. Alright, what is the code? 20988. Let's go ahead and do this real quick and I'll change it on my Steam notes. 20988. Locked. Let me change my Steam notes. 20988. Wi-Fi still on floor 7. Probably have another delivery soon. Let me check the bathroom for Noir. Not here. Alright, sit down. And let's go. Nothing. 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 Nope. Come on. Give me a report. Oh, suspicious. This will be 9 out of 4. See, the quota went up already. Since we have a weak signal, that gives me actually time to do this while it reports. It's kind of nice sometimes having a weak signal. Alright. See, just got sent. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Nope. I need about $60 more. See those jump scares? Every time my heart leaps. Oof, anxiety. That'll happen. It's an appeal of the game for me. I enjoy it. Some people don't enjoy jump scares like that. It's kind of a cheap way to scare, but I think it's kind of fun to feel my heart jump like that. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster. Alright, let's go ahead and sit down. Continue to browse until we get our message for our next package is usually... Oh no, Del Falco. That's him. With the hat. Now he's going to be coming after us. Suspicious blood. Now we're at 10 out of 4. Not bad. What if I get it to 12 out of 4? We still have a lot of time until 12 a.m. So they're going to message me soon about how I messed up and Del Falco's coming after me. Here it is. Yep. Yep. He's coming to kill me. 10 out of 4 for that last report. Nada. Oh, suspicious blood. Did I already report that? I'm not sure. I'll report it and I'll get up. Let's look around a little bit. Make sure Noir isn't lurking. Even with the door locked, they can just appear. I think that's why it kind of got me tilted the first time I played the game. It's like, how do you show up? I guess I already reported that. I forgot. So how do you show up whenever the door's locked? How did you get in here? I know you didn't get in through the window. I know there's no trap door. And they're just humans. They're not supernatural. Doesn't make any sense. This guy telling me I'm messed up. Pissed off to Falco. That's alright. He can be angry. Okay, I already got that blood. We should have another package delivery soon. Hopefully I can find one more anomaly between now and then. Alright, let me get up. Stretch my legs. So he's usually standing in front of the bed or in front of the tub. Or he's right behind you like he was earlier. Already got the blood. No, I keep thinking I see a credit card, but that's just the gold of that clock. Nothing. He should message us soon about a package. There it is. Where's the package? 7B. We're gonna have to move our Wi-Fi. It's on 7, so that's good. We have to deliver the package and we can move the Wi-Fi at the same time. Give me a second. I'm just wanting to look one more time. Oh, right there, there's a phone. Hack. Alright, great. We'll report that. 7B. Okay, sometimes the Noir can be out here in the hall whenever you leave, so you want to make sure you don't immediately sprint. Sometimes the girl's over there or the guy's over here. When the guy's is over here, usually he flicks off the lights. But the girl can always be lurking there, and if you start running immediately to the elevator, then you're dead. Alright, 7B. Let's go to the roof, grab the package. Sometimes I also make the error of immediately going to the room where I need to deliver the package, and then I have to go back up to the roof. Here she is, so we have to get close. She'll tilt her head, and then 10 Mississippis.
Come closer.
Alright, stay still. Don't move. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, and a couple of Mississippis to grow on. Okay. And she's gone. Alright, she just pulled a Batman. Let's grab this on the rooftop as well. Alright, 7B. You have a pretty forgiving sprint meter, but if you don't stop before it runs out, then it takes a little bit of a second to catch your breath. So you gotta stop right before. Alright, now Mr. DeFalco, he loves to kind of lurk around here, and he'll open that door and chase us back to the elevator sometimes. No, not this time. Alright, let's go to 9. So whenever you're delivering packages, you always want to kind of stop midway and then wait for them. Especially if it's to that last door. Alright, Wi-Fi is normal here. Red here. We'll put it moderate, that's fine. Code is 20988 unless it's changed. It changed. Kind of dangerous there. I just sprinted immediately without looking first. Code is 81689. Okay, let's do that. 81689. Sick. Alright, so we reported the phone there. 12 out of 4. We got the package delivered. Things are going pretty well for us. We still need to check out for that laser. It should be coming pretty soon. It's had plenty of time to cool down. The noir girl we met on the rooftop, so hopefully we get a little bit of a reprieve from that. Still gonna check though. Okay, I don't see anything. Keep it going. Nothing. It's just a car. Alright, let me look for Noir. No one in front of the bed. No one in front of the tub. Okay, we're good. No laser. Give me an anomaly, come on. Nothing yet. Let me make sure. Yeah, nothing. I don't see anything. Oh, there's a wallet. Lotus. High value. Alright, we got moderate signals, so that should report a little quicker. Still give us time to look around. Okay. No laser. She said, great job. Oh, we're like about 60 cents away from getting one of those machines. Okay, so this is the camera malfunctioning. As you could tell, with moderate signal, it still takes a minute. With strong signal, it's a lot faster than this, but still, pain in the butt. Oh, speaking of pain in the butt, don't want to get shot. Turn off the lights, flicker it so you can find your hiding place. All right, now we'll give it another 30 to 45 seconds for him to go away. I'm terrible at turning that light off by the computer. Sometimes I just feel like I might not have enough time and I don't want to risk it. Alright, just give it a little bit of time. Uh-oh, the door code changed. Was that beeping you heard? We gotta find out the combination once we get back to the computer. This is why you want to get ahead on your quotas, because these people will continue to inconvenience you throughout the entire run. So if you don't get ahead, then you're going to get behind. And if you get behind, you get terminated. Okay, laser is still out there. It takes a minute. Not literally, but pretty close. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Alright, I gotta find out the code. Oh, and then the satellite ruined as well. We had to go up to the roof. 73032. 43. Godly, that's not a 7. 43032. I swear. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what it is. It's a mental thing. Make sure she's not lurking. Alright, we have to go up to the rooftop and we have to fix the signal, the antenna. Another thing that delays you. We haven't even talked about that. Let's go to the roof. Okay, no one's up here. Sometimes Delfalco will spawn behind you. If you hear the elevator ding while you're over here, that's him coming up. There are some hiding places up here we can go. So you just tilt this around until you find the signal. Oh, got it. Lock it in place. Now we're good to go. Now, Noir can also spawn up here. So you want to kind of look around before you start running immediately. Alright, let's go back down to number 9. Okay, door code is 43032. 43032. Alright. 43032. Good. Signal's back. Door's locked. No Noir. We just had the sniper guy, so we should get a second from him. Alright, everything is right in the world. Weak signal, though. That's the only downside of all this. Oh, so we have two things here. We have suspicious with this guy, and we have the door open as well. Let me wait for that. But that's great. That's 2 quotas right there. Oh, we gotta see. Is there any delivery? 7B. No, we already did that one. Oh, no, we did it to Lotus. Oh, she don't care about that. All she cares about is money. Oh, Jesus. I didn't check the rooms in enough time. No. And so there goes our first run. We did so well when it comes to reporting. I felt like we just needed to spend more time looking around. If I had $1 more, or even 60 cents, I think it was, I could have got the machine that alerted us whenever Noir spawned in our house. Maybe it is worth it to hack a little bit. Maybe at least at the start until you can get that one machine. at least on casual difficulty. But we're going to have to try again in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Dead Signal. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the Discord. That's when I usually announce when I do live streams. I'll see you guys next time.